Smith.
I ain't the perfect man.
No.
I'm king it for liquor, not girls. I wouldn't recognize y'all.
I would say the same thing if I was you.
Okay. We ever had a conversation?
No, nothing besides like, can I get, you know what I'm saying? Why? Don't first of all, you know, everybody in Atlanta and everybody knows but I am.
It appears that Mendy and his wifey from Love and Hip Hop might be nearing their breaking point because Erica continues to hang around his wife. Although Yandy has been maintaining her composure and standing up for their love, the pair is finding it difficult to manage the additional drama that keeps creeping into their marriage. How much longer can she stand this? What will she do about the enigmatic women who persistently approach her husband? Will they be able to resolve their differences, or will this be the test that ultimately destroys their relationship? We'll show you everything that transpired in this video. It wasn't always this wild, so we need to step back to view the larger picture. Yandy Smith and Mendeecees Harris talked about how they first gained notoriety together in the second season of Love and Hip Hop in 2011, and how they swiftly established themselves as a significant component of the reality TV program in an episode of TV One's Uncensored. She clarified that she first encountered Mendeecees in 2006 while managing rapper Jim Jones and attending one of his gigs in Miami. Instead of attending the Jones party, they opted to stay at the hotel. Yandy Smith was greatly amazed by Mendeecees, and they were able to establish an even closer bond.
Blushing because, you know,
So,
that was real smooth.
I'm getting all warm and fuzzy inside. Like, he's sweet. You know.
Got him. They said, got him. Long story short, he told me, you know, I really, my artist friend and stuff. I was like, all right, you don't have to worry about that another thing. And you leaving? I'm leaving with you.
Right, I was leaving after the concert, and I told my friend, well, you got to tell me, I booked a ticket for like 4 days.
Episode 6 discusses how Mendeecees and Yandy met and fell in love. Yandy and Mendeecees fell in love after meeting. A man asked her whether she was heading to the party wearing her outfit when he saw her at a wedding. They ended up together since he, surprisingly, chose to skip it too. They clicked right away after spending hours conversing at the hotel bar, recounting the whole incident Yandy related. "I'm making sure everyone is dressed up and gets into the van," Yandy remarked. I said, "Oh, I'm not going." Mendy and my sweat said, "You're coming to the party like that or you won't go." He replied, "You're not going, then I probably won't go either." I said, "Okay, I'll put everyone in the van and head to the bar." He asked, "Why didn't you go?" I replied, "Oh, I never party." Following the Miami event, my client accompanied Yandy to New York, where they started dating right away. He asked, "Why don't I buy you a drink?" And I said, "Okay," just like two young lovebirds. I was all right. The VH1 reality stars ultimately said, "I do," in front of a star-studded audience at a special broadcast ceremony that included their co-stars and several well-known people, including Ray J and Kandi Burruss, after many long hours in 2015. Although Yandy and Mendeecees were married in 2015, it was later discovered that their marriage had not been legally recorded. Mendeecees proposed to Yandy on Love and Hip Hop in 2014. Grano, Carr, and Renee Graziano were present, but Yandy caused a lot of rumors when she disclosed. "I wasn't holding back when the government refused to accept our marriage. I informed them that while Dodd and I have a legally enforceable agreement with the government, neither does my husband. I never submitted the paperwork, even though I signed it." She continued by saying that I simply didn't want to deal with the consequences of not sending it off. I wasn't implying that my marriage was more significant than my finances, which is untrue. Outstanding explanation, and my family's safety was the main goal. They agreed to rekindle their vows at Dubai's Bab Al Shams Desert Resort on May 24, 2021. Yandy made it apparent that she still loved Mendeecees and thought of him as her husband, even though she revealed the specifics of their marriage license. About 60 people attended the televised event, which featured all the anticipated flash and glamour of hip-hop love.
I just want to be a savior. any time of need, and even when you don't need me.
Yandy stated in an interview that she and her husband decided to stay together through thick and thin because they were under a lot of stress in their previous marriage. This was one reason they repeated their vows, she said. When we married, we promised to support each other no matter what, she said. Despite our love, we were physically going through some difficult moments, so it was a really emotional period for us and our family. Shortly after the 2015 wedding, the family situation worsened when I received an 8-year prison sentence for drug trafficking, potentially ruining their honeymoon. The prosecution accused him of plotting to distribute heroin and cocaine across New York City, and he was sentenced to 4 years in prison. Although he was ultimately freed in 2020, his legal issues signaled the start of a string of challenging periods that have affected their relationship. As it happens, I am the father of 2 kids from his previous partners, Samantha Wallace and Dixon. Erica, he even briefly dated Muhammad Ali's daughter, Rashida Ali, but allegations of someone meddling in his marriage are causing tensions to rise. Hip-hop reality star Jasmine Blue called me out for supposedly straying with another woman during the show's season finale without holding back. Reality star Jasmine Blue tormented me because she claimed to have had an affair.
Say the same thing if I was you.
Okay. We ever had a conversation?
No, nothing besides like, can I get...
After some back and forth, Jasmine insisted that they had only talked about the essentials in a confessional. Mendeecees was asked if they had ever had a genuine conversation, to which Jasmine replied, "I'd send the same if I were you," to Men's denial that he knew her and that he had merely gone to the pub for a quick drink. Mendeecees attempted to refute any claims of infidelity by stating that he didn't know her personally and had merely placed an order for a drink from a bartender. Although NS expressed regret to the neighboring Rich Dallas, it didn't end there. Things are getting hot, it appears. Jasmine's friend Erica also claimed that Yandy was allowing someone to have an affair with her husband, which is creating turmoil on the internet. Another confessional ended in a furious dispute between the two. Jasmine went on to imply that Erica is connected to the anonymous lady Menny is meeting. However, she would not disclose her identity. According to Jasmine, their paradise has experienced issues before. When Erica and Jasmine confronted Yandy and M Southeast outdoors later in the show, Erica accused Yandy of watching while M had an affair with another lady without being. The affair had been going on for some time, and she was too afraid to come forward. Mendy interrupted her right away after learning that Erica had strayed, asking, "Why are you talking?" Yandy retorted, but Erica refused to back down and yelled, "I am," before Yandy intervened to put herself between Erica and her husband. People attempted to eject Yandy from the scene as tensions increased, but Erica said he had struck her in the face. A few days later, Mendy and Yandy walked a few paces apart, trying to avoid conflict. She shared a critique of an event she and the MCs went to together, which was hosted by Gussie Mann and Kesha Care the day prior. Yandy's hubby shared content with loved ones that seemed to be from supper. In other developments, she complimented Kesha Care and her sister Amina Diop as formidable bosses. She stated in her post, "I don't care what people think. This man is okay with me." After the video of her fight with Erica went viral the next day, Yandy posted a brief message on Instagram showing herself wearing the same attire from the day of the confrontation with Erica. Quotes from the slideshow included, "Don't underestimate me, darling." A sexy video of an unnamed woman waiting in line at a Mexican restaurant surfaced on Mendeecees' Snapchat just when you thought the controversy was ended. She was facing the camera with her posture corrected and her curves hugged by the leggings she was wearing. It was unclear from this video whether MC's account had been compromised or if it had anything to do with Jasmine's charges. 5 seconds after the game, the king and the pawn entered the same box. MDC swiftly addressed the reports on Instagram, stating, "Don't play on the internet, but leave me alone with this." It's the first and only time he went viral, having claimed earlier this month that his marriage remained solid because of his dedication to his wife. Yandy created a stir on Instagram earlier this month when a post appeared to feature a man other than her husband. Yandy and Mies are still married and continue to share photos of their family to demonstrate how much they love each other's company. However, she subsequently stressed that it was only for laughs. In a blog post she wrote only recently, "There are hundreds of reasons why I love you, but one above many is the father you are. Our babies love you even though you don't always set the example of what a father should be. You're a dad." The next chapter of Yandy and Mendeecees' marital infidelity story is probably going to come out soon as they continue to go through their difficult marriage journey. Will the next scandal be tolerated by this couple? Stay tuned as this story develops on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and share your thoughts in the comments section below. Being a father is your first priority every single day. Even while their loyalty to one another is obvious, this serves as a reminder that social media may be deceptive. A relationship that looks lovely on Instagram could not be the whole story. Yandy was astonished to learn this from her spouse, not out of love. She said that she couldn't picture her life without Mendeecees and that she didn't believe things had reached this stage. "It has been going on for a while, and if this is going to happen, you know you have to take this seriously," he said. "Listen, I don't know what to say, man. I feel like we are all in a dark place." It appears that the burden of these accusations, in addition to other marital problems, has taken its toll. Many say removed the silent yet potent symbol of his wedding band. But considering Yandy's steadfast assistance during his previous hardships, this move further complicates their already tumultuous tale. This came to light during a counseling session with the couple, when Yandy's stepson, Lil Mendeecees, accused her of cheating by riding Cha on her G-Wagon. Things took yet another unexpected turn. Even though Ems and Yandy's have a history of making practical jokes, it's difficult to write this off as just another lighthearted prank, particularly in light of Mendeecees' alleged infidelity. Is it possible that Lil M is acting as though he knows more than he actually does? Letting on, or is it a coincidental remark made at the wrong moment amid a marital crisis? The issue is whether this is the end for this allegedly impenetrable pair now that Yandy has started the divorce procedure. We've seen them endure jail time, infidelity scandals, and a host of other difficulties. Please click the like button and subscribe for additional updates on this developing story if you're as surprised as we are. I appreciate you reading. Please share your thoughts in the comments section below if you believe that Yandy and Mendeecees' situation is really over. Mendeecees was certain that Judy had gone too far, but she justified her actions by saying that she had been provoked. He emphasized that respect was non-negotiable and told Judy, "I love you, but I can't let this continue here," before asking her to leave. Judy, furious, felt deceived by the transfer, but believed it would be a wake-up call, even though he understood his decision to prioritize his family's safety and security over allowing her to remain in his house. She had to reassess her behavior following Judy's departure, which caused the family to suffer emotionally. Following Judy's departure, Yandy told her close friends about the fight and how annoyed she was by them. Even though he stuck to his guns, Mendy grappled with regret in the interim and started to question whether he could have handled the issue differently. He confided in a close friend, "Even though I love my mother, I can't allow her to harm the person I've chosen to spend the rest of my life with." Judy, on the other hand, felt Yandy was playing a game and was separated from her son, so she turned to her own support system to express her disappointment and frustration. Judy and Yandy's argument also affected the final cast of Love Hip Hop, as she confided, "I raised him. How can he choose her over me?" Other Atlanta cast members offered their opinions, with some expressing sympathy for Yandy and others comprehending Judy's viewpoint as a mother who feels excluded. This dramatic event has further complicated the Harris family's ongoing saga by emphasizing how difficult it can be to combine loyalty, love, and respect in a blended family. The drama in this household is undoubtedly far from done, and Mendy recognizes that Yandy and Judy's future will not be simple as they negotiate the difficult terrain of love, loyalty, and family obligations. Despite their challenges, Mendeecees Harris and Yandy Smith have been the model of a resilient and cohesive relationship on Love and Hip Hop New York for years. Fans watched to see if Judy and Yandy would get back together or if their distance would grow as the season progressed. Because of the ongoing problems that seemed to afflict the household, some were doubtful, while others hoped to see moments of healing. The pair remained devoted to one another as they navigated the muddy seas of fame, family, and scrutiny, earning accolades for their partnership in spite of several challenges, including M's legal troubles and a lengthy jail sentence. But as is often the case in the entertainment business, outward appearances can be misleading. Behind their allegedly flawless connection, fissures were beginning to form, and now that M has come clean, it seems that those gaps have grown into a chasm. The first indication of trouble started when Mendeecees implied that there was a problem in his marriage by posting cryptic messages on social media. Fans speculated on the meaning of these posts. There was a storm brewing that no one could have predicted. M published a video a few days later that shocked everyone. He asserted that it included indisputable proof that Yandy had cheated on him with Carlos King. Many asserts that although King and Yandy have a tight professional relationship, their friendship extends well beyond their work together. King is a producer most recognized for his work on famous reality TV shows. MC submitted screenshots of emails and conversations he said Yandy and Carlos exchanged, demonstrating that his charges were not taken lightly. He said the text, which included expressions like, "I can't stop thinking about you" during our time together, demonstrated an intimacy that transcended professional bounds. Yandy voiced her displeasure with MC's choice to publicly discuss their private problems in a live-stream video, refusing to keep quiet in the face of these charges. Although she strongly denied that it was romantic, she admitted to having a close connection with Carlos King. Ems also showed a set of pictures he said were shot during Yandy and Carlos's private sessions. Some contended that the pictures might not be harmful, but C's interpretation showed otherwise. It is unjust and hurtful to take our working relationship and make it into something it isn't, according to friend Yandy, despite her denials. It was clear from her tone that the accusations had a profound impact on her. It feels like a breach of the trust we've developed because I've always stood by my DCs through thick and thin. In a well-crafted statement, Carlos King broke his silence amid the ongoing claims and denied having an unhealthy connection with Yandy. He claimed that these charges are baseless and that my connection with Yandy has always been professional. Additionally, he was disappointed to be dragged into a Mendeecees and Yandy's relationship is not the only thing affected by these accusations. Their kids, who have been on Love and Hip Hop a lot, are currently the focus of a media frenzy. Many family and friends have spoken out, with some supporting one side and others urging the couple to seek counseling. The couple's supporters are split. Some support MC's assertions based on the information he provided, while others contend that Yandy merits more leeway given her past. I'm hoping Yandy and Mendeecees can work this out amicably. The details of supporting Mendeecees throughout his legal challenges are particular, but the fundamental problems are typical of couples that are in the public eye. For Mendeecees and Yandy, fame, distance, and public attention can worsen pre-existing problems and cause new ones. Furthermore, their current predicament has surely been exacerbated by the strain of reality TV, and social media cannot be disregarded as it has drawn millions of people's attention to their problems, posing concerns about the limits of. In the era of digital openness, Mendeecees and Yandy's relationship's future remains unclear. Although they have both expressed a desire to prioritize their families, reconciliation will not be easy. Rebuilding trust is difficult, and fans are further complicated by the fact that their issues are public. Whether that means being together or separating peacefully for the sake of the marriage, it is hoped that Mendy and Yandy can find a way to move past this. While dealing with the impact from these discoveries, their top concern will probably be to provide a stable home for their kids. The fatal night began as Mendy's son interrupted the conversation with the shocking statement, Yandy cheated on you, and it's your fault. As everyone tried to process the accusations, the room fell silent, and all eyes turned to Mendeecees. What had seemed to be a normal family dinner quickly descended into tension. Yandy disputed the accusations right away, her voice trembling with a mix of fury and sadness. She tried to remain calm and demanded, "How dare you say that? Where is this even coming from?" But the son continued to accuse her of forsaking the family and to criticize Mendy's lack of strength. As soon as Mendy tried to manage the situation by raising his voice and demanding proof for the ridiculous assertion, a furious dispute broke out. He added, "If you're going to accuse Yandy of something this serious, you better have proof." But the son, who was furious and resentful, shot back. He said calmly but strainedly, "Enough, husband or father." I'm stunned by the audacity of his son's words. Hold on, where is all this coming from? But he was unable to rationalize. As a result of the disagreement getting out of hand, Mendy felt his authority as the head of the family was being challenged. In a fit of rage, he struck his son. The room went silent as the horror of what happened hit them. Yandy started crying since she was unable to control her feelings. She responded, "This is ridiculous. How can you accuse me of something so horrible without any evidence? I've done nothing but love this family." The son grabbed his face and tried to keep his emotions in check while he glanced away. With remorse in his voice, he mumbled, "I can't believe it's come to this." He refused to back down and replied coldly. Yandy, still in tears, stepped in to comfort him even as she struggled with her own pain in the son. "But you don't feel sorry. You just proved my point." Mendeecees knew that the situation was untenable. "I love you, but I can't let this kind of disrespect continue in my home." Choice to request his son's departure. You need time to reflect on your actions, and perhaps some distance would help you comprehend. Without further comment, he added the boy, who was obviously in pain, packed his things and departed. 10 minutes in silence characterized the days following the occurrence. Despite her support for N's choice, Yandy was unable to conceal her anguish, telling a friend, "I feel like I've lost a part of my family, and I don't know if we can ever heal from this." DC also battled his emotions, asking aloud, "Did I do the right thing?" in an effort to find solace in talking to his closest confidants. "My house, however, I feel like I'm not a good enough father." He felt a tremendous deal of shame and knew that he would find it difficult to mend his relationship with his son. Fans of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta quickly expressed their thoughts on social media as word spread about the family crisis, with responses ranging from support for MCs to sorrow for his son. Respect cannot be compromised. MCs did what he had to do to keep his wife safe. While several fans criticized him for employing physical aggression, another fan posted a tweet. Mendeecees was adamant on repairing his broken family despite the chaos. He reflected on his son's absence and remarked, "I can't let this be the end of our relationship." Through contacts they shared, he reached out and said he wanted to talk. "We must have a face-to-face conversation and decide how to proceed." Although Yandy has always been the family's unifying force, this might be too much for her. The Harris family found it even more challenging to deal with their own suffering in the public eye after a fan shared the conflicting views. He told a friend,